It's Freestyle Friday!
Coming in hot with quick shots of inspiration on a variety of topics.
You ever feel in a funk? You ever feel like kind of off? Like, I felt better. I don't know why I feel kind of dull. Babe, when you feel like that, like what do you do to pull yourself out of that?
That's such a good question, and I'm glad we're talking about this because I'm generally a very enthusiastic person, and I'm usually, more often than not, in a high vibe state, but there's days that I have, or even stretches of days, where I feel low vibe, low vibration, where I feel down, and it is this odd feeling to me because I don't usually feel like that. And so I start to question and think, and negativity or positivity can be compounding, right? Where that feeling, those feelings we're having can just make more of it. That's why, like, when you're on a hot streak in business or in dating or whatever, or in a sports game, whatever it is, you're like, that hot streak compounds more of that hot streak. Or when you're feeling down or you're feeling negative, you're feeling in a low vibe state, that is compounding too. So oftentimes we can get kind of stuck in that rut. And I'm going to be honest, there's a few days recently, Sandy and I were reflecting on this earlier this morning, but I've felt like more, we're 20 weeks pregnant, and like I think my hormones are kind of changing, where I've been more sensitive or hormonal lately. And I don't know if that's like a nature biological thing or what, but it's funny. I've been more sensitive and emotional and been more down the last few days than typical. He's been crying a lot. Yeah.
He's been crying a lot.
I've cried on a few, movies or a few different things, like where I'm just like, what is happening? This feels weird to me.
But welcome to my world.
I think self-awareness is huge. Like, I've been aware that I've been in that space, and it's not like there's a snap of the fingers solution to how to get out of it. But what I've realized is, one, I got to give grace to it. We're not always up. It's okay to be down. There's ebbs and flows in life. And two, what are things that I'm doing habitually or over and over daily when I am in those high vibrations? Well, shoot, a few things for me are moving my body definitely does it for me. It creates those endorphins. Committing to my morning routine, like habitually, where I wake up, I'm doing the reading, expressing gratitude. Affirmations are huge for me, and that's something Sandy and I talk about a lot. But affirming myself of where I'm going, of what I want. And one other big thing has been like direction. Like when you have goals in your life and you know what you're marching towards, and they're clear and they're concise, and you know the actions you have to take towards it, whether that's scary or not, but like getting clarity on how you can move towards that future that you've envisioned. So those are big things that I'm like, I need to get back to. I need to be reading every day. I need to be saying my affirmations. I need to be writing down my goals and knowing precisely what steps to take towards those, because I think it's that growth thing. Okay, I got to keep growing. Especially as we're growing our family and everything. I think what are things that bring you out of a low vibe state?
There's a lot of them. I think phoning a friend is huge. I have a handful of girlfriends that if I'm in a low vibe state, these people are going to absolutely rip me out of that state and get me laughing, like hyena laughing, like just good vibes. So find those people. Like phone a friend is huge. Music is big for me. Music will always pull me out of a state that maybe feels toxic. I love taking a bath. I love doing a beach walk. I love planning a trip or something exciting to look forward to, like going to a concert, or I don't know, planning like a girls' night, or having a vision board party, or I don't know, something to like look forward to. I think too, like, I don't know, I would say like talking it through. Like if there's something that makes you feel in a funk, sometimes you can identify like where it stems from. And maybe it's like having a conversation with that person. If it's like stemmed from something at work, or if it stemmed from something in your relationship or with a friend or your roommate or your parents or whatever, like talking it through. Because I think a lot of times there's incidents that we just overlook because no one really likes confrontation. And then they can compile and compile and compile. And then it becomes a way bigger issue than it needs to. Whereas if you could just talk it out, you can kind of avoid those things. So, I mean, I could go on and on. I feel like listening to podcasts helps me. I think reading a book or like something that inspires you Like I know sometimes we'll go on YouTube and type in, like Tony Robbins inspirational video or something to like fire us up. I love Gabby Bernstein's super attractor, like affirmation deck. Sometimes if I'm like, okay, I need to change my mindset, I'll literally open up the deck and like shuffle them and pull one out. And I swear it's always like the affirmation I need to hear. So I have a whole list of things and I'm sure there's a bunch I'm forgetting, but we'd love to hear from you guys too. Like send us a DM on Instagram and let us know, like, what do you do to get out of a funk? Like what really helps you?
Yeah, that is a great call. You know what? If you're listening to this right now, will you take a screenshot of this episode, share it on your stories, and just tag us and let us know what gets you out of a funk? Or maybe ask your audience, like, what gets you guys out of a funk? This is what gets me. Music, whatever it is. But at the end of the day, find those things that bring you joy, that bring you happiness, that make you feel like you are growing and thriving and flourishing, because those are going to be the things to go to when we are feeling in that funk or we are feeling low vibe.
And know that you're totally normal. Again, you're exactly where you need to be. We all have funks. And like we always say, you cannot experience the highs unless you have lows. There's always a dip before a pop. So embrace it, lean into it, and know that the funk is on its way out.
Heck yeah. Only those that can see the invisible can do the impossible.
So remember, you are magnetic.